Hello and welcome to another episode of A Ghost in the Magazine. I'm Steph,
And I'm Elle.
and this week's movie is called Santa's Sleigh. We're really getting into the Christmas spirit with this one.
There's the star, the legend, Bill Goldberg.
His name is Bill?
Yes.
I don't know anything.
I
Um,
mean, does not look like a Bill to you.
this definitely looks like a version of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure that I've never seen
It's definitely an excellent
personally.
adventure.
Checks that he's very sweaty.
Very, what do I say? He's very lubed up, ready to go.
He's, he's quite moist.
Moist man.
I can't.
He's roaring.
He makes this face quite often
Mhm.
in this movie. Okay. Okay. So I can't. Uh, This movie, wow. Wow. All right. You I'm literally speechless. I'm literally speechless. For me, the best part of this movie was the opener. It was incredibly star-studded for no reason.
Hmm.
Like for absolutely no reason. I think James Caan was the dad. Um, Fran,
Hmm.
Miss Fran, lovely. She got a little hair makeover. It didn't end well for her, but she was like the mom, and they were all like rich, entitled weirdos, and like obviously on the naughty list, like
Obviously.
obviously, yeah. And they were all systematically just woo, wow,
Yeah.
yep, like just destroyed, and like I wouldn't say they deserve it just for being weird, entitled, bad people. Um, but like it was funny.
I
What
I
a way to
think
start the movie.
my critique would be there wasn't enough wrestling moves. Like he was throwing the Christmas tree star and like drowning them in eggnog but
Oh, that was good.
I would have liked to see him pin someone like that.
Yes, I think yeah. Oh God, maybe I don't know. I just
I'm a nerd. Um I think my
that's
favorite
okay.
part of this movie is that the fucking guy's name is Nicholas Yuleson. Yuleson.
I literally have three notes for this entire movie, and that's it. And I was trying so hard. So that was like that was literally the best part of the movie. I do feel like his wrestling moves were underutilized and like why? I mean, like put him to work.
Make
You're
him,
paying him.
yeah.
This is what he does. I don't know. Did he go on to do like more acting after this?
He should have. I don't think he did. Let me check. He at least didn't do any horrors that I would have picked up on. This is unfortunately my favorite Christmas horror because I think it's hilarious. It's just so bad. Everything through it is terrible.
You mean that you've ever seen or that we've done so far?
I think it's that I've ever seen, but to be fair, I haven't seen a lot of Christmas horror. Like we have what, Krampus?
That's valid. That's valid. And we
Yeah.
covered Krampus, but like
Jack Frost was
Krampus,
garbage.
Jack Frost, we don't need to talk anymore about that because literally it's mind-boggling. The fucking I still can't get over the fucking antifreeze cookies.
That was the
I
only good part of it. Literally, a kid trying to poison his dad, and because he's so dumb.
so this you know what this movie I mean, you don't watch an American Dad, right? Like,
Not really. I've seen a
okay.
few episodes before, but
Well, once upon a time, American Dad was my emotional support cartoon, and I had seen every season. I saw every episode probably 5 times through at that point. It's no longer my comfort show. But the Smith family has this unreasonable, okay, like war with Santa in the show every year, and he's a bad guy. And it's literally the same guy. Literally the same fucking guy. Except
Maybe he was
I would
inspired.
argue it probably was inspired by this guy. And like Krampus was the good guy and he was like at war with Santa. It's a really good like ongoing storyline, I feel. But it's literally this fucking guy. The thing though that I need I need clarity on here is the lore. Okay. I probably looked away, but like this boy's grandpa is an angel, and there's a
Yes,
book of Claus. Claus?
it's the Book of Claus, and Santa
Claus.
is the result of a virgin birth by Satan, produced by Satan. Yep, yep.
I missed that. I missed that.
But Christmas used to be when Santa, put down the law, and just like went through and started like offing people. But he got in a curling match with this angel guy a long time ago, back in the olden days. And he was supposed to stop killing people for 1,000 years. And the time is up. And now, the angel has a grandson whose name is Nicholas Yuleson, which is grade A best name I've ever seen in a movie, and apparently, Santa's coming with his great white buffalo to, lay the smacketh down.
Leia?
Layeth the smacketh down, as The Rock would say.
Do you smell it?
This isn't The
Okay.
Rock, though. This is fucking Goldberg. He was
It's
less
definitely,
interesting. He was
yeah, it's
less
definitely
interesting.
not The Rock.
They should
But
have
I
got The
mean,
Rock.
absolutely. I approve of like most things that The Rock is in, even or maybe especially the Scorpion King that was so shittily CGI'd. I love that shit. I have the movie. Like it's one of the few DVDs I own. But alas, they did not ask The Rock to
No.
do this movie.
I like Goldberg. He's just like another underwear man, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he's not Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that's he's more of a WCW guy, and I was more of a WWE nerd. So
I went through a very, very brief wrestling phase as a child. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the letters mean.
there's it
Oh,
used to be World Wrestling Federation, and then it became World Wrestling Entertainment because the Panda people sued Vince McMahon because Vince McMahon's a douche. But anyway, now they're WWE. WCW is like World Championship Wrestling. It was a different federation, and they were
oh.
rivals. But I watched WWF, WWE. I watched like right when they were in that thing, and they changed over during the Attitude Era. And Goldberg, I was aware of him, but I was a Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mankind fan. So
Okay, that's valid. But they didn't ask Stone Cold Steve Austin either. Is he
they
alive?
didn't.
Did he die?
No, he's alive, but the things I've
I
seen
thought
from
he
him make me
died.
question if he has concussion related brain injuries. It happens. We've had terrible things happen, seen terrible things happen with wrestlers in the past. Chris
Yeah.
Benoit, that was
Yes,
terrible.
I
Yeah.
know that one. Yeah.
But then you have Mick Foley, who took so many chairs to the head in his career and like dropped off of things, like got the crap kicked out of him, and he's like one of the most like intelligent, cogent people you can listen to, and he has a podcast. He's actually really interesting. So I guess it just really depends on the person.
Is his skull made of what
You know,
is the Marvel metal?
oh,
Is his
adamantium.
skull made out of that?
It
I
must
can't I
be.
don't literally can't even like I can't use my brain today. I am a Marvel nerd and I couldn't even think of that. My brain, she's off. And it's probably from watching these movies. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
I
not gonna
mean,
lie.
is it a good movie? No. Is it a funny movie?
Oh,
Yes, it is. It
yes.
is a funny
Okay.
movie.
All right. So let's talk about the things. Okay. Just a couple of things. First of all, that raging bitch Karen at the very beginning, right out the gate, she's just like, fuck y'all. And she deserved to be run off the road by Santa and his big white buffalo because what the fuck? But
Mhm.
second of all, the boy. I literally, he has such a baby face before he stood up. I thought he was like 12. And so when
Mhm.
that girl was like flirting with him, I was like, sister, you look too old. You look too old. How old are you? And then he stood up and I was like, oh, he's probably older than I have perceived him to be. But this is a small town. Small towns have different rules.
Yeah.
She
She
gave him
also
a
looked
gun.
really young though too. So
I don't, for me, not really, only because I've seen her in so many things and she doesn't appear to age.
hmm.
So she's one of those actresses where I never know how old she fucking is. So I don't know. I didn't cast them.
Yeah.
Um, but it was very weird.
Her whole
Oh, I'll
thing
get
with
to
her
her later.
dad that's like a gun nut and stuff and like
And she just wrapped one in like wrapping paper and gave it to this boy. I thought it was a piece of pizza.
piece of pizza. I mean, I'd like to get a piece of pizza wrapped gluten free, piece of pizza wrapped for
Yeah,
Christmas. I would eat
no,
that. That would be
no, fuck
good.
yeah. I'd be so stoked if I had like one of those little circle personal Red
Yeah.
Baron pizzas wrapped. I loved that the grandpa they literally snatched him right out of fucking Gremlins. Okay, he's literally the dad from Gremlins. He's a
Oh,
weird
really?
inventor guy. Like that's what that dad did. He just invented all this kooky shit, and I'm just like,
Hmm.
bitch, you must be a fucking angel. Like, but he did say something like super profound in here. I wrote that's a fucking vibe, and I loved it because this boy was like, everybody in town thinks you're crazy and whatever. But first of all, he's been your grandpa your whole life. Ignore it. Let's just keep ignoring it. It doesn't
Bell's
matter.
dad.
Right. And this man says, well, I'd rather be crazy and alive than ignorant and dead when he built the the thing. And that
Yeah.
came in handy. Like if you can and have the means to build a bunker in your basement, do it.
The one thing I am questioning, and I question it, and I'm still questioning it. How the hell did Goldberg just like march in there and know exactly where the bunker is?
I don't know.
Can
That's
he
not real.
smell the angel? Like,
Smells like fucking angels in here.
fucking angels.
I smell that
Ew.
smelly smell
That
anywhere.
shit.
Smells like shit and hay. Great.
uh,
But then also when the grandpa takes the book out and the kid goes, what's that? The Necronomicon?
that is like pretty much every young man in middle America would say some shit like that probably because people think the Necronomicon's a real book.
Literally, like, well,
And they have cashed in on that because we live in capitalism.
oh, for sure. And I used to, I used to, I used to, like to do weird shit. So, like, I worked at a dispensary and we had to wear or use clear bags because they need to be able to see if you're, taking shit or whatever. So I had a copy of the Necronomicon. I would put it on the side of all my shit so everybody could see it when I walk by.
You should have, oh man, I don't know where Metal Angel is, but like you should have taken like a really horny fucking romance novel and put it in there. That's what I would have
On
done.
the other side, oh hell yeah, yep. Ooh, what's that? The Necronomicon. It's
Yeah,
a fun game, so I like that.
scare
Um,
people.
yeah, that's a really fun game, especially around the holidays. The other, the other scene, I was not at all surprised that there was a titty bar scene. I was surprised to see it on YouTube because so many boobies. But what really fucking got me was Santa fucking squeegeeing the pole down. He literally disinfected that shit and was like, eh.
He's obviously a germaphobe, you know? He's
Yeah.
he's the immortal, like, demonic son of Satan, but you know, some pussy juice, that ain't it for
Disgust,
him, you know? Ew.
absolutely disgusting. Like, who raised you? Who raised you to put your coochie on this pole? Abominable. Straight to hell with you. Like straight to fucking hell with you. So I want to know, like, what the fuck was he doing for 1,000 years while he wasn't allowed to kill bitches? Making a list and checking it twice, or was he doing something?
Well, also, like, this is he like resurfaces in Alberta, Canada. Like,
No. Immediately, no. That's not where Santa Satan, son.
I mean, is he, what I didn't quite understand, like, is he hunting the angel? Or is he
It
just gonna
didn't fucking
kill?
seem like it.
It
It
didn't
seemed like he was
really.
killing permanently,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. Which
And
is
he
why I
just
was like, I
happened
need
to
the
like
Lord.
tumble upon the angel, you know?
What a coincidence. Or he smelled that shit and he was like, all right, this is where I'll start.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm literally just gonna kill anyone who crosses my path in the
And the angel
meantime.
just like, he goes easy, but then he comes back because he's an angel.
Uh, spare me. Sorry, a curling match to the death? Fucking spare me. Fucking end me, bro.
Shit's very Canadian.
You know what else is Canadian? Wolf Cop. And it was better.
Okay. Yeah, Wolf Cop was better. It wasn't a holiday movie though, so it doesn't.
We could pretend, honestly. Yuletide and Wolf Cops. Like, we can make it a Christmas tradition, honestly.
For me,
I
it's just like the absurd stupidity of this. Like the fact that he's the virgin child of, like, the virgin born son of Satan.
it,
That he's
he just came out old.
yep. He's walking
He's
around with a buffalo.
well, things like fucking buffalo. Not even a moose.
Well, they call it a deer, but that's a fucking buffalo. And
It's not a deer. It's not.
I'm just
It's
reminded
not.
there's a Saxon song called Great White Buffalo, like new wave of British heavy metal. The stuff I was listening to at this time when I was into wrestling and wrestling movies, you know? So
This movie was just made for you, and that's
it
okay.
was.
It was just made for you. I've seen it. I'm not mad at it. I've been mad at movies before.
Yeah.
I'm not watching this again. This is not joining the
I'll probably
rotation.
get drunk and watch it again at some point, but I would not
Woo!
watch it sober again. I watched this on Thanksgiving. My brother was over. I had just had seconds. I was full. I was eating Jello and like past the point of full when I was watching this. And then every time that flashed along the bottom, the legend Bill Goldberg, I was like, woo!
Yes. We were just on totally different. I watched this movie wrong. I watched this movie wrong, okay, and I regret it. But every time that flashed, I was like, shut up.
We
Shut up.
I wish I would have been drinking because then I could have played a drinking game and just taken a shot every time it came across the screen.
That's how I should have watched it. 100%. Now I know, but not because I'm going to watch this movie again. I I feel like if we come up with any more movies, I'll be able to feel the vibe and be able, this is screaming Goldberg. Let me get a drink. Let me get a bevy first.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes, I mean, you watch movies for different reasons, obviously. And this one, if you're watching it to like feel something or have a thought in your head,
Hmm.
you're going to be disappointed. If you're watching this to laugh your ass off at the fact that there's a fucking professional wrestler running around chasing this little nerd in town and like he's got this buffalo and
And
they're
this
just,
hair.
yeah, and they're doing all kinds of like weird shit and just, I would say, mercilessly murdering people in all kinds of
Yes, they
different
killed
ways.
like killing a Jewish deli owner with a fucking
Nora,
menorah. That's
yeah.
disrespectful.
Very disrespectful. It was just indiscriminate killing, honestly. And there was
Yes.
just like every kind of a murder you could think of. It wasn't they weren't they weren't super graphic though, and
No,
it
not
wasn't
super memorable
gross.
either.
It was just stupid. And I think that like if you go into it expecting it to be stupid as hell,
Yeah,
and you know, at least you got your boy Goldberg, you know, from your WCW days, you know. That's
yeah.
what you're going in for. You're gonna have a good time. Have a drink, you know, put on some Saxon in the background, you know.
And the good thing is, it's like just barely over an hour. So, like, I
Yeah.
think you really know what you're expecting when you see a runtime like that.
Yeah. It's just crap. It's funny. It's not a good movie, but
No,
I
no,
liked
but
it.
I can't say that because I don't lie to my friends. But I watched it. I
Yeah.
wasn't mad.
It is specifically tailored to hit like a bunch of nostalgia and my specific type of like absurd ridiculous humor. Because like anytime like a wrestler is just doing stupid shit, I think it's hilarious because the
I
way I
love that
grew up.
about you.
So
I really, I really love knowing that if a thing like this exists, you and Nadog will enjoy it. Like
yep.
that brings me great joy. The whole reason this movie is on YouTube also is because this man with cancer, who is a huge Goldberg fan, posted it. So like, trying not to be a dick because he really loves it.
I mean, that's how wrestling fans are, you know, we're ride or dies, you know.
Who would I ride or Haley Williams from Paramore? I would ride or die for her,
Okay, there's
period.
some
Like,
musicians too, I would
yeah,
definitely, but like that would take me a while to suss that out because there's a lot.
that just that was just right off the dome. Haley Williams. I'm sure if I think about it more, there will be more, but
I feel that way, but if something came out and I found out that they were trashy, I'd
see, just kidding. No, thank
yep.
you. We'll call it a day.
Us long-term DGD fans are used to just being able to be like, fuck it, nope.
Rip the constant disappointment, and then
Yep.
oh, sorry. But then you have to wonder, like, what is in the DGD water, bro? What is in the DGD
Right?
water? Because first of all, that they attract that into their ranking, and then that they infect their fans, make them act like rabid fucking assholes.
Yep. And that
What?
was the break point for me. Honestly, like all of it was so fucking yikes, but the fans and the gross shit that the fans were saying in the comments, I was like, I am never going to a show and standing next to these people. I guess I'm done listening to this
No.
band. See ya.
Mouth, no, like frothing at the mouth to
Mm-hmm.
fucking tear people up over an opinion. You don't
Mm-hmm.
even know these motherfuckers. You don't know them.
Nope. And they're just like dick
They're just
riding
dudes.
to the death, dude. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, bro. Have fun. Those are your fans now. I ain't there no more.
Nope. Couldn't be me. Not sorry. Not sorry for the
But
tangent either.
still a fan of Goldberg. Ah, can't do this. Still a fan of Goldberg. Until I
Yeah.
find out he did something fucking trashy, then no. But
So like mind your P's and Q's. Okay. Don't be a rape apologist. And
mhm.
you know, be nice.
That's like all you ask anyone for. I just like
That's
I
it.
want people to make entertaining art things like art, music, movies, whatever. Just make your shit. Be a decent person. Nobody's perfect, but don't be a fucking asshole. That's all we're asking. That's all we're
That's
asking.
it. That's literally it. That's all.
But
But
like
apparently
J.K. Rowling and fucking Tillian and none of those people get the fucking memo. It's just like stop being a piece of shit. That's all we're asking. Just asking you to just you can have bad opinions. Just shut your fucking mouth so I don't have to like listen to them and be like, okay, I can't do this anymore.
right. Not everything that you can say should you say. It's okay to keep some things to yourself. It really is. Like this
Like
movie. Sorry.
yeah, that's true. I know. Maybe I should have kept this movie, but it wasn't just me. Matt recommended it as well. I know. Don't look at me like that.
Matt recommended should.
Chud was bad. But Chud, to be fair, Chud wasn't the worst movie we've watched by far.
No, it wasn't. So
Neither
that's
was
not what we're
this.
talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so here's the question. How many titties pecked out by crows? How many titties pecked out by crows would you give this movie?
So, are more titties good and less titties bad, or are like
Titties are always bad. More
okay?
titties are always good.
But if they're pecked out by crows, they're kind of negative titties anyway.
Well,
This is a
yeah.
confusing rating system. Like, do we want intact titties? Are the titties not picked out by crows intact?
Let's just say it'll never ever fucking matter in this universe if you have titties or not.
Okay.
Or if they're pecked out by crows. It just matters how many
If
titties
we're
that you've
just
had.
using this as like a proxy for like stars or rating or whatever, I would give it a 2 titties pecked out by crows.
2 out of 5?
2 out of 5.
Oh wow, okay.
It's
That's what we gave Chud, isn't it? Did we give
okay,
it?
2.5 then. It's better than Chud. I would watch this again. I'm never gonna watch Chud again. I'm sorry. It there were things to it. There was story to it. It was okay, but this was funny, at least. I thought it was funny.
I'm gonna give it 2 titties. 2 titties pecked out by crows. All right.
2
2 titties
titties
pecked out by crows.
picked out by crows. Woo!
Yeah. Yeah, that'll do her. That'll do her for Merry Christmas.
Merry fucking Christmas. 2 titties pecked out by crows. All right.
2 titties. 2 titties. All
I went
right.
to Bill
Well,
Goldberg.
amazing. We have no idea at this point what the next movie that we're going to cover is, but that's fine because it's going to be a holiday one, probably, maybe. Just,
Or we might just have a conversation.
or we might just have a conversation.
It'll be the last episode of the year.
Mm-hmm. 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 So, like, whatever we feel like doing. So, you should stop by. There might be milk and cookies. Not that you can have any, but like, you can watch us eat them. Okay. In the meantime, you can follow this podcast, or you can find us on the interwebs at ghostthemagazine.site. You can follow us on Twitter at GITM Podcast, and you can follow me on Twitter at WitchXPudding.
And you can follow me at Nocturnical.
Okay, bye.